So if you haven't known already, or you don't look in my background enough in my videos, or this is the first video that you're viewing of me, may not know it, but I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Like, I fucking love Star Wars to death. If you can see right here, right there, that is a replica, well, pretty much an exact replica. I think it's from Saberforge. I can't remember exactly. Goddamn, it's over there. But yeah, exact replica of Ahsoka Tano's lightsabers that cost me over 1,200 Australian dollars. That's right. I paid 1,200 Australian dollars for replica lightsabers. They fully light up and everything, and they have all the effects and all that shit. And that, like, 100% worth it, at least personally for me. So I'm a massive fucking Star Wars fan, and I love Star Wars to death. You know, when I was younger, my mum used to shove me and my brother in front of the TV, and she used to put on Star Wars for us, and we used to watch it, and we fell in love with Star Wars from a young age. You know, I obviously, as you can tell with all the collectibles that I have, I mean, I have a fucking Grogu here, I have another Grogu up there, I've got the lightsabers, I've got a whole bunch of other Star Wars collectibles as well. I've got a Boba Fett helmet that's hiding right here, then I got one on the other, oh no, sorry, Mando helmet, and then a Boba Fett helmet that you can't see. So I fucking adore Star Wars, and obviously, you know, with the recent show Ahsoka, I have her lightsabers. She's obviously one of my fucking favorite characters. You know, so I was pumped up for the Ahsoka show, and you know, I watched the first couple episodes, and I only watched it this past weekend because, you know, my girlfriend's a massive fan as well, and we wanted to watch it together. It was very hard for me to, like, have to wait those couple of days because I really wanted to fucking watch it, especially when it's a 2-episode premiere. I was really looking forward to watching it, but I got to watch it, and then after I finished watching it, I decided to see what other people think, and I really should have expected it, but I was surprised at the fucking same time from the reception that this show has gotten. Now, the reception of Star Wars in recent times, you know, hasn't really been all that well, especially with the Disney Star Wars, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more as well. Reception hasn't been great, and some of it's deserved, some of it is a little bit too far. But the Ahsoka show so far has been good. The first 2 episodes were executed extremely fucking well. But of course, just like anything, whenever any new Star Wars comes out, there's always, and it may be a minority, at least for this show so far, but goddamn, it gets fucking annoying. And the people who keep gatekeeping and constantly badgering and just shitting all over everything that Star Wars releases, just gotta stop calling themselves Star Wars fans, because at this point they're fucking annoying. Now, obviously, some of the recent criticism with Disney Star Wars is kind of a little bit valid, I'd say. Some of it is. Now, Force Awakens, for me, when it first came out, it's not that bad of a movie. People shit on it so fucking hard, but it's really not that bad. To me, personally, The Force Awakens was a great way to start off the sequels, where it was something really familiar and a little bit nostalgic, but also something a little bit new at the same time. It had its faults. That's fair enough, but it wasn't bad. When it comes to The Last Jedi, shit on that movie as much as you want. That movie, to me, was just like, it was terrible. It basically, the plot didn't go anywhere. Nothing really progressed. No character development was done properly. It was just a massive shit show. And in Rise of the Skywalker, they really tried to save the franchise with Rise of the Skywalker, but they couldn't by then. By then, it was just over. You know, so they did their best. It wasn't really good. It was okay at best. I still think that, you know, at least personally for me, The Last Jedi is like more of a worse off movie. I think that just for Rise of the Skywalker, they did too much to kind of bring it back and kind of bring it back to what they originally wanted with it, but it was just a mess. And then, you know, with some of the recent Star Wars shows, I don't think any of them have really been all that awful. Oh, and then we've also got Rogue One. Rogue One, personally for me, is a fucking amazing movie. I love Rogue One. Rogue One is like definitely my favorite Disney movie that's come out. It's top tier. It's fucking amazing. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the development, and just, you know, it's amazing from start to finish. To me personally, Rogue One is the best Disney movie. Han Solo, I'm not even gonna fucking bother with that. That to me, it's not even just bad, it's boring. It's just extremely boring, and the characters are bad. The only like redeeming thing is Donald Glover, because who the fuck doesn't love some Donald Glover? Like, you know, amazing guy. And then when it comes to some of the recent shows have been great. Mandalorian, fucking amazing. Some people, once again, when it came to the last episode of the recent season, people were shitting all over it. What the fuck for? It was a great ending, and it was a great season finale. It was a great fucking show. The season altogether was fucking amazing. The character developments, the action scenes, the scenery itself, like looking at Mandalore as a planet, was just amazing. It was such a good show. Now, it's criminal. I haven't watched the Andor show. I know it's been horrible, but I have only heard good things about it, which I fucking love. Fucking love it. The fact that Andor did really well. I know I really got to get around to it, but I've been slack of recent times when it comes to watching TV shows. And then there's the Obi-Wan series. And the Obi-Wan series, people shit on it, like at the start, so much. And it's just like, the first few episodes, they weren't even that fucking bad. And it's the same with like the Ahsoka show. People don't give things time. People, it's like they expect everything in one episode. It's like when it comes to Star Wars, especially, it's like they want Darth Vader, Darth Maul fucking fighting off in an epic lightsaber battle, and there's just like, you know, this going on and this going on, and an epic fight over here, and this and this and that and this and this and this. Let things develop. Because when we've seen in recent times with the Disney, especially with the character Rey, they didn't let Rey, reason why people fucking hate her is because they didn't let her character develop properly. Now with these shows, obviously there's going to have episodes and there's going to have moments in the show where it's a little bit slower than others, because they've got to develop the story and develop the fucking characters. You can't just expect them to just go full balls to the walls in every single fucking scene, and then you cry about it, saying that like, oh, it's not good enough because I didn't see fucking Darth Vader going to every fucking little guy, and he's just like, you know, going in a room, picking up fucking 100 cunts and then dropping them all on the floor and then slicing everyone's head off. It's just like, can you calm the fuck down, please? So far, the Ahsoka show has been great. Baylan, I love Baylan so far. I love his demeanor. You know, he can definitely tell that he was, you know, used to be a Jedi and now he's moved over to the dark side. His Sith apprentice that he has, Shin, I love her already so much better than, I can't remember which number sister, but the sister that was the main antagonist besides Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Now, I didn't like her that much. Like, you know, you could say like she was okay, but you know, she was a bit annoying at times. But besides that, she wasn't that bad. But Shin so far, fucking loving her. I love her demeanor. I love her, just her body language in general is just fucking amazing. Obviously, we already know Rosario Dawson, and I'm going to talk about, you know, some people have complaints about her, which I don't fucking know how. But then there's Sabine Wren, and I love Sabine Wren. I love how they've brought her on to the live action. You know, the actress Natasha that's playing her has been fucking amazing so far. I love the way that she's been brought into the live action. You know, she's doing really well so far. And I'm seeing complaints about Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano, and they are just some of the dumbest fucking complaints in the world. Now, the main complaint that I see about her is the fact that, you know, she's not as acrobatic and the choreography isn't like fucking her flipping around and doing all these fucking flips like they did in the animation show. Now, one, this isn't animated. This is live action. You can't, there is so many more restrictions when it comes to live action than when it comes to animated. And you can obviously see with the recent Star Wars shows, especially with something with Mandalorian, they don't want to oversaturate it with all the green screens like they did in the prequels. Because the prequels, you know, they were just oversaturated with green screen and, you know, just too much. It wasn't as authentic, and, you know, they want to do as much practicality as they can to make it look practical and to make it look as real as possible. And, you know, the visuals in it, in the Star Wars, is amazing. Especially with the TV shows. The TV shows, at least for me, have looked even better than the movies themselves. Besides Rogue One, I really like when they're on, I can't remember what planet it is, but to like get the plans for the Death Star, that planet, the scenery there looks amazing. But besides that, like the scenery so far for Ahsoka has looked good because they're doing as much practicality as they can. Now with Ahsoka, you can obviously tell with the head tails, for Ahsoka. They've already had to shorten them down for Rosaria because, you know, that's a lot of weight on her head. Like, you know, if you saw in the animated show when she was in Rebels, they were really, really big, and it's, you know, accurate towards the character and, you know, for the lore of Star Wars. But obviously, you know, it's not practical. So they've had to shorten it down. And there was a few people that complained at the start, but you know what? I think we've all gone in to do it. And even me, when the moment I saw it, I was like, it's for practicality. But you can't still expect her to be flipping around and fucking doing all these acrobatic bullshit. Also, you got to remember that this isn't Ahsoka Tano in her prime of Rebels where she's younger. I mean, sorry, Clone Wars, or even Rebels, actually. This is like years after Rebels. Ahsoka Tano is a lot more mature and a lot more older. She's not going to be able, one, she's not going to be able to do all those flips and everything. And two, it's not like there's any point for her to do anything like that. Her development in her lightsaber fighting, you know, has moved forward. And the one thing that I hate the most is that, you know, a lot of these people complain so much about, you know, recent Star Wars. A lot of it is just, I'd say majority of it, especially with the recent TV shows, because they've been relatively good, especially the live actions. I've felt that they've been really good. A lot of it's, you know, just not needed. And we forget of how criticized the sequels, the prequels, my bad, sorry, the prequels were back in the day. People fucking hated, and when I say hated, I don't mean that lightly. People fucking hated the prequels so bad. Like, the reception for those were fucking horrible, and now people these days love them. I think besides Revenge of the Sith, which I personally think is, like, for me, top 3 Star Wars movie. But besides the ending scene of Phantom Menace, that movie is a fucking mess and shit. Attack of the Clones is even worse. That movie is so bad. It's literally just a meme movie. People enjoy it for the memes. You don't enjoy it because it's good. You enjoy it for the memes and for the nostalgia. And you know what? I love Star Wars to death, but Phantom Menace and Attack on the Clones, they're not fucking good, man. They're not. Stop living in nostalgia. Revenge of the Sith, yeah, that's good. It has its faults. It has its faults, but it's definitely still a better movie than the first two. Phantom Menace, you know, it gets somewhat of a pass because the fight at the ending with Darth Maul makes me want to cream my pants every single time I watch it, and every single time I listen to Duel of the Fates, I want to cry and cream at the same exact time. Where Attack on the Clones has no fucking redeeming qualities whatsoever. Like, zero. Like, to me personally, zero. The CGI in it, the characters and everything like that, besides Dooku, you know, everything else is just fucking terrible in that movie. It really is. And, you know, we shit on Hayden Christensen, and you know what? He did a lot better in Revenge of the Sith, but goddamn, man, I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I just want to talk about this video because Star Wars fans these days annoy the fuck out of me. Ahsoka's been good so far. Let characters develop. It's been 2 fucking episodes. Now, if it gets to the end of the season and things haven't developed properly, and it goes sideways, and by the end of the season things are bad, then say it's bad. But it's 2 fucking episodes in. Shut the fuck up and just enjoy Star Wars. Enjoy the fact that we are getting Star Wars. How do you think Star Wars fans felt back in the day when they got the movies in the 70s and then had to wait till the early 2000s just to get that fucking shit? And now, besides the recent Disney movies, besides most of them, we're getting Star Wars left, right, and center. And it's looking good. Mando is fucking amazing. Obi-Wan Kenobi show was really fucking good. Obviously, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was originally wanted to be a movie, and you could definitely tell that, like, it had, like, you know, there's this guy who's like edited the whole entire show into like what it would be like in a movie. So it definitely has some parts in it that like it's definitely added. But besides that, it's a good fucking show. Ahsoka show so far has been fucking good. I love the characters in it. Like, you know, you can bring up the recent characters in a lot of the Marvel TV shows, especially when it comes to some of the female characters and how the Marvel script writers haven't been developing female characters the right way, and a lot of the internet is shitting on them, which is rightfully so, because they're just, you know, you look at She-Hulk and, you know, her character is not that great. Like, it's really not that great. But the female characters that they have in the Ahsoka show, they've developed already, and in the new characters that they've added are such good additions. Like, the female characters in this show are fucking amazing, because we've seen them from Rebels and we've seen them from Clone Wars, and they're so good. Sabine is an amazing character. Her actress is amazing. Hera, she's come to the live action. Mary Elizabeth as her is fucking amazing. Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano is fucking amazing. Shin, who is played by Ivana Sakno, I think that's how you pronounce her name. So far, probably, like, besides Ahsoka, because I love Ahsoka so much, she's probably been my favorite character so far, because I love Shin's demeanor. I love the way that Ivana is playing her and the way that, like, the script writers have made her. But yeah, that's it from me. I'm so pissed off with the recent Star Wars fans. If you just keep shitting on Star Wars fans for Star Wars for no reason, you're not a Star Wars fan. If you're just constantly angry all the time, and every single time something Star Wars comes out, and, you know, it's not just Darth Vader lifting up 100 fucking rebels and slamming them down and killing them, just shut the fuck up. Go crawl back in your hole and don't come out of it, because we don't want to hear your fucking opinions anymore. But yeah, that's it from me. In Filoni we trust. Peace out.